Jeff Gaffner is the honey badger. The honey badger don't give a shit. When it comes to releasing wines on his schedule, when he wants to release them, it is strictly his call. I love it. It's so refreshing. Only a tiny handful of producers in California do this. They're in such a rush to get product to market that they don't take the opportunity to see where their wine is really heading, creating a wine that can age and create a scenario where you get incredible value later on. He does it for us and doesn't charge us extra, surprisingly enough. So Jeff Gaffner is proprietor, owner, winemaker, everything at Saxon Brown Vineyards. One of our favorite tiny cult producers for, gosh, 30 years now. We sold Jeff's first gear in the early 90s. He was working with that Casa Santina Maria vineyard, which is a really great site in the Sonoma Valley, 100-plus-year-old vines, and his wines from that site were just amazing. Was it Santina Maria or was the one next door to Santina Maria? Anyway, Sonoma Valley, 100-year-old vines. The wines were remarkable. And since then, he has become adept at producing many great wines. He's the top consulting winemaker for many estates in the North Coast, but his own label is like his home team. He does Chardonnay here, he does Pinot Noir here, he does Zinfandel here. And Zinfandel is what is kind of a little bit of his claim to fame. It's kind of where he cut his chops, although all of his other gear is great too. This is the 2018 Saxon Brown Zinfandel Stonewall block, Sonoma Valley. Comes from a couple different sites in the Sonoma Valley, but on the western side of the Sonoma Valley as we're heading to Sonoma Coast, right? This is a very important delineation to make because it's getting cooler as we head towards the coast. So this isn't Zinfandel baking in the afternoon sun at 1 billion degrees, right? This isn't Lodi, this isn't, Contra Costa. This is almost cool climate Zinfandel. And what that gives you is a greater sense of balance and symmetry. It gives you more hang time. It gives you the ability to develop flavor. And I love this wine for a couple reasons. First of all, those particular rocky, stony soils. The wine gets its name Stonewall because the soils that these vines were planted in is super rocky, and it created, and actually was quarried almost, to create a lot of the rock walls that we see around Sonoma. If you see them, it's this stone. And that stoniness, that minerality really seeps through into the wine. You get that. And then second's the clone. When I was tasting the wine the first time, it didn't dawn on me, but then, boom, it hit. This is the Duprat clone of Zinfandel, which Duprat is a very famous Zinfandel vineyard, planted in 1919 up on the Mendocino Ridge. Also cool climates. And this vineyard is made with that Duprat clone of Zinfandel, which there's been so many great Duprat vineyards Zinfandels produced, over the last 30, 40 years. And these vines, while not like 100 years old, they are mature, and they're really grabbing the soil. They're really giving the essence of this clone, which is wonderful spice character. This clone gives you like a real fragrant, almost cinnamon baking spice quality to the Zinfandel here. So you get the bramble, you get the raspberry, you get the cocoa inflected notes, but not the least bit jammy. The cool climate reins this wine in. It has structure and focus and verticality with all the richness and spiciness and yumminess of classic California Zinfandel. Really, really exquisite wine. What balance. Now, alcohol is 15.5, but let's talk about alcohol for 2 seconds. Everyone's like, oh, I don't drink wines over whatever. Well, then you're never drinking a friggin' bottle of Zinfandel. And don't bring Doug Nolan to my face. Don't bring 74 Mayacamas, whatever, into my face. Mayacamas, those wines at the time had so much residual sugar. True Zinfandel, because of the hens and chickens, the uneven ripening of the clusters, you really need to pick at a potential alcohol of around 15% to maximize flavor and richness as you roll through those hens and chicks, those shot berries. And so it's essential. 13.5's in, it's an early pick. You'll get lucky once in a while, right? And the guys that are making that 13.5 Zinfandel, they're going to be like, see. You know what I mean? It's like going 90 miles an hour down the road. You crash your car 9 times, but the one time you make the turn, you're like, see? It's that way with those cats making that kind of Zinfandel. If you want my grid Zinfandel 10 out of 10, you have to pick it riper and get to this place of beautiful deliciousness. $50 at the winery. Our price is $26.98. Don't tell Jeff. Well, Jeff might kind of know, but we're hiding the price. So you'll see that super groovy price at checkout when you click below. This is one of the great iconic Zinfandels produced in California. As I've explained to you, for multiple reasons, just a wonderful value at this price. And it's 2018, so it's drinking perfectly now. 4 years of age on it, perfectly stored. Zinfandel in the house, in the pocket from a great vintage. Thank you so much, Jeff Gavner. We love you so much, we could marry you.